animals can't speak. Now, where was that starfish? And more importantly, where was his son? Suddenly, there was a shout of that. Daddy Crab saw his son run towards him. Son, we were worried your mother is beside herself with worry. Sorry, Dad, I wanted to see what was beyond that rock pool. Ah, son, we never told you, but there's a starfish that lives here. He can eat you. The starfish won't eat you. He's my friend. Now, don't be silly, son. We can't be friends with starfish. They have only got 5 legs. We have 8. Come back with me. We will have to be quick because there might be seagulls about. Will the seagulls be my friend? No, the seagulls will eat you. Now follow me. Bye, shouted baby crab. Daddy Crab was suddenly aware of an orange arm waving back. Starfish whatever next. The 2 crabs walked back towards the edge of the rock pool. Daddy Crab kept a look out. There were no seagulls about right now, son. Run, run as fast as you can. Don't look back. We need to move fast as we don't have to be eaten by seagulls. Baby Crab ran out of the rock pool, over the rocks and back into his home pool and into welcoming claws of his mother. Ah, son, Mother Crab said she would have had a tear in her eye, but since she was already in water, she didn't. I am so glad to see you. Where's your father? I'm here, Daddy Crab answered. Now, don't ever do that again, not until you are a big crab and able to give a seagull a nasty nip. Mummy Crab scolded. I won't say baby crab everything. Eyeing up the rock pool that lay in the other direction. Dara was a shepherd. He was a good man. He was also a wise man. He became the governor of a province. Some people do not like Dara. They went to the king and said, Dara is a thief. He takes money from the people. He keeps the money in a box. He takes the money always with him on his camel. The king went to Dara's province. Dara was then riding on his camel with the box in front of him. The king was angry. He said to Dara, open the box now. I want to look into it. Dara opened the box. There was only items meant for the shepherd in the box. Dara said to the king in a humble voice, Toys, code teaches me a lesson. I look at it often. I think of my past. I feel humble. The king was glad he made Dara governor of 1 more provinces. Thereafter, the people of this country, whole country, liked Dara. Christmas story. It was Christmas Eve at the North Pole, and Father Christmas did what he did every year. He loaded up his sleigh with his sack of toys, hitched the 8 reindeer that would be helping him this year, and set off on his annual trip delivering presents to the children around the world. The international date line means that Christmas starts in the Pacific and moves west around the world for the next 24 hours. So Santa has a full day to deliver all the presents to all of the children around the world. Flying down through the Pacific Islands, delivering presents on the way, Santa reached the islands of New Zealand. Now the houses in New Zealand that have chimneys have very narrow chimneys, so narrow that even Father Christmas has trouble getting down them. He was on one of the last stops in Auckland, New Zealand's biggest city, when he got stuck in a particularly narrow chimney. It took several minutes of frantic struggling, but eventually Santa managed to free himself, deliver the bike, dolls and pram, remove the suit, have a drink of the brandy that had been left, and return to his sleigh, which he was parked on the road. However, there was one small problem. His glasses had fallen off. He was halfway to Japan when he realized that he wasn't able to see as well as he should. Oh well, he thought I would just have to do without. Santa was in Japan when his lack of glasses became a problem. It was night, which it always was when delivering presents, even to those near the South Pole. When Randolph and Tim and 2 late reindeer struck one of Japan's many temples, Santa's inability to step probably had become a problem. The sleigh fell over. The reindeer had become separated from it and were looking for some fresh Japanese lichens to eat. Father Christmas picked himself up, turned the sleeve the right way up, picked up the sack and went off to collect the reindeer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He counted as he attached each reindeer to his correct position at the front of the sleigh. But Santa had made one mistake. Instead of attaching Randolph, he had attached a cow. Ray, let's go. We have presents to deliver and it's getting late. Santa shouted from the sleigh. He shook the reins, and 7 of the ruminants galloped forward, taking a very confused cow with them. The sleigh gathered the momentum and started to become a pony, and there was one problem: cows cannot fly. So as the 7 reindeer lifted off the ground, Daisy's and the Japanese cow tumbled and fell. It was carnage. The sleigh toppled over again. Hoofs and presents were everywhere. Eaten too much, Randolph, have you? Santa said. I have a very solution. Father Christmas rooted around it in his multi-dimensional sack until he found that he was looking for a canister of helium saved for emergencies such as this. He turned on the gas and tried to fill Daisy up with helium. There are 2 things you should know. Firstly, even when filled with helium, cars don't float. And secondly, cars are very good at producing gases. So Daisy just stood on the ground and occasionally produced belches of helium. Right, Randolph? Santa said as Daisy let go a methane-helium combination. Let's get you hitched up again. Wait a minute, you're not Randolph. Who are you? Imposter? Well, I never. Just then there was a sound of thunder as Daisy let loose some more helium. Where's Randolph? Randolph, where are you? There you are, you naughty Randall. What are you doing over there? Moose, said a very confused cow. Father Christmas then had to detach Daisy from the sleigh and reattach Randolph. Soon he had all correct 8 animals attached to the sleigh and had managed to set off once more into the night to deliver the hugely anticipated presents to the rest of the world, different cultures. Amy's school needed to have a fundraiser so they could earn money and buy more computers. Amy knew that many of her classmates' families were from different countries around the world. They had many special traditions, spoke many different languages, and ate many different types of foods. Amy had a brilliant idea for the fundraiser. She suggested that every student could bring in their favorite dish and hold an authentic dinner night. She knew parents and members of the community would be glad to pay money in order to try foods from all over the world. That's a great idea, Amy's teacher said. Let's call a dinner around the world. Amy brought in her favorite meal, chicken with mashed potatoes. Her friend Amina was from Ethiopia, an African country. She brought a stewed meat with spices over rice pilaf with Ethiopian bread. Ibrahim from Morocco brought a dish of spiced grilled lamb with white rice, with fried eggplant and hummus with pita bread. Joan from Mexico brought chicken fajitas with Spanish rice and tortilla chips with cheese dip. Rajat, whose family is from India, brought in chicken curry with rice over rice with raita, a sauce of yogurt mixed with cucumber. Anita, a vegetarian, brought a meat with no meat. She brought lentil soup, dinner, rolls and salad. The fundraiser was a great success. Everyone enjoyed seeing, smelling and tasting food from so many different cultures. Do not waste your energy. In ancient Greece, Socrates was reputed to hold knowledge in high esteem. One day, an acquaintance met the great philosopher and said, "Do you know what I just heard about your friend?" "Hold a minute," Socrates replied. "Before you talk to me about my friend, it might be a good idea to take a moment and filter what you are going to say. That's why I call it a triple filter test. The first filter is truth. Have you been absolutely sure that what you're about to tell me is true?" "Well, no," the man said. "Actually, I just heard about it." "And all right," said Socrates. "So you really did not know if it's true or not. Now let's try the second filter, filter of goodness. Is what you're about to tell me about my friend something good?" "No, on the contrary," said the friend. Socrates continued. "You want to tell me something bad about my friend, but you are not certain it's true. You may still pass the test though, because there is one filter left, the filter of usefulness. Is what you are about to tell me my friend going to be useful to me?" "No, not really." "Well," concluded Socrates, if What you want to tell me is neither true nor good nor very useful. Why tell it to me to tell it at all? Do not waste time. Gossiping kills your energy. The people you're gossiping about and people are telling it to. Don't waste your time. Gossiping kills your energy. The people you're gossiping about and the people you're telling it to. A short story. Fair shares. Ali and Abraham were brothers. Okay. Their mother died very early. Their father also died after some time. He left for his sons a cow and a date tree. Ali was cunning, he was greedy too. Abraham was kind and honest. He trusted his elder brother. He wanted to divide their father's property. Ali said, I will be very fair with you, Abraham. You take the front portion of the cow as your share. I will take the hind side of the cow. Each one gets his profit only from his share. In the same way, the tree was also divided. The upper part of the tree went to Ali. The lower part of the tree went to Abraham. Abraham fed the cow very well, fresh grasses and water. The cow became healthy. It gave lot of milk. Ali got the milk. He sold the milk and got a lot of money. But he did not share the money with Abraham. Abraham asked his brother about his share of money. Ali replied, I got the milk from the portion of our cow. His part of mine as per the agreement. Each of us gets the benefits only from his part. Abraham said nothing. A wise man advised Abraham. He said something in the ear of Abraham. The next day, Ali was milking the cow. Then Abraham bit the cow in the front portion. The cow started kicking. Ali shouted at Abraham, you fool! Why do you beat the cow? You do not see me milking the cow. The front portion of the cow is mine. I can do anything. That is our agreement, said Abraham. Ali could not say anything. Finally, he agreed to share the money. Abraham said, not just money, you just also share the work of feeding and taking care of the cow too. Ali agreed. With regard to the tree, Ali had taken the upper part of the tree. He made holes in the upper part of the tree. The kind of sweet-smelling juice came out of these holes. The juice was collected in pots. These pots were kept near the holes. Ali sold the juice for money, but he did not share either the money or the juice with his brother. Again, the wise man advised Abraham. The next day, Ali was on the top of the tree. He was fixing pots near the holes. At that time, Abraham was cutting the lower part of the tree. Ali shouted at Abraham. But Abraham reminded Ali that the agreement, he said, I can do anything with my part. You can not question or stop me. Ali not realized his mistake. He said, Abraham, I have been a bad brother to you. I feel ashamed of my selfishness. I ask your pardon. I promise to look after you well hereafter. And so he did. Both the brothers lived happily. They shared the profit. Do not give up. One day I decided to quit my job and to end my life. There seemed to be no reason for me to live any longer. I quit my job, my relationship, my spirituality and everything. I wanted to quit my life. I went to the deep woods to have one last talk with God. God, I asked, can you give me one good reason not to quit? His answer surprised me. Look around. Do you see the fern and the bamboo? Yes. When I planted the fern and the bamboo seeds, I took very good care of them. I gave them light, I gave them water. The fern quickly grew from the earth. Its brilliant green covered the floor. Yet nothing came from the bamboo seed. But I did not quit on the bamboo. In the second year, the fern grew more vibrant and plentiful. And again nothing came from the bamboo seed. But I did not quit on the bamboo, he said. In year 3, there was still nothing from the bamboo seed. But I would not quit. In year 4 again, there was nothing from the bamboo seed. I would not quit, he said. Then in the 5th year, a tiny sprout emerged from the earth. compared to the fern, it was seemingly small and insignificant. But just 6 months later, the bamboo rose to over 100 feet tall. It had spent the 5 years growing roots. Those roots made it strong and gave it what it needed to survive. I would not give any of my creations a challenge it could not handle. He asked me, "Did you know, my child, that all this time you have been struggling? You have actually been growing roots." I would not quit on the bamboo. I will never quit on you. Don't compare yourself to others. The bamboo had a different purpose than the fern. Yet they both make the forest beautiful. Your time will come, God said to me. You will rise high. How high should I rise? How high should I rise? How high will the bamboo rise? As high as it can. I questioned. Yes, he said. Give my glory by rising as high as you can. I left the forest and brought back this story. I hope this verse can help you see that God will never give up on me. Never give up on me. Do not give up on me, world. Do not give up on me. Enjoy these stories long you can. Don't give up on me. We shall get better and better. I promise you all the way. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. If you can improve on me, I will be so very glad. Please improve on me. Please improve me so that I can reach thee, God, so that we can share thy very blessings with thee. For what I am is thy God to me. What I make myself of is my gift unto thee. Let this gift be best, God. Let this gift be the best. For you are the very best, and this gift should be best from me to you. For we are you and me are no different than we are one. You are one with me. We are one. We will always be one when you are one with me. We can be one with the world and the kids who are future to me. And you are the pillar, and they will be the fruit. We will make the roots, and they will be the fruits of for us to rise and shine, God. For you are Waheguru, Waheguru. Thank God, Waheguru. Love you, God. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru.